Hello everyone, today we're gonna be making shrimp and lobster Alfredo. So I have my lobster. It had already been cleaned, deveined, and taken out of the shell. I also have my shrimp over here. It had already been cleaned as well, and I'm not using a raw shrimp, I'm using a cooked one. So you can use any type of shrimp you want, but I just love to have the one that is already cooked. I already have my seasoning, and I have my vegetable oil, my heavy whipping cream, my lobster and shrimp seasoning, seafood seasoning, and I also have my fettuccine pasta I'm gonna be using today. I also have some cilantro over there. I have my shallots over here, my onions, and also I'm using 3 cloves of garlic for this recipe. Next step to this recipe is gonna be me adding my fettuccine pasta to the boiling water. So I'm just gonna add it to the hot water, and I'm just gonna let this cook. Now it's in the water cooking. I'm gonna let this cook until for 6 minutes, or until what the package recommends for you to cook it for. But I like to cook mine for 7 minutes because I don't want it to be cooked all the way. I just want it to be like al dente, because I'm also gonna cook it with the sauce again, so I don't want it to be mushy or anything. So I'm gonna just let this cook for about 6 minutes, and then I'll take it. So after 7 minutes, my pasta is all cooked. I have drained it out, and I also put it in a bowl for it to cool down. The next step in this recipe would be going ahead to just make my pasta sauce. So the sauce is very simple to make. It's not hard. I'm going to show you the next step. So the next step, I'm gonna add some little bit of vegetable oil to the pot. Just a little bit. And I'm going to add to the oil my chopped onions, my chopped shallots, and my chopped garlic. So my garlic, my shallots, and my onions, I cooking right now. I want it to cook until it is translucent. So about, I would say maybe 3 to 4 minutes. So what I'm gonna do now is just add my seasoning blend over here, and a little bit of black pepper, and just to give it some nice flavor. So I'm just gonna let it go ahead and cook. And you also don't want to cook it on a high heat. You want to cook this on a very low heat because you don't want to burn this. The next one would be making the sauce. I will show you the next step. Okay, so as you can see, guys, it's very translucent. This is how you want it to be. You don't want to burn it. So my next step would be adding in my shrimp. It's already seasoned. Like I said, it's already cooked. I'm not gonna cook it too long. And this is the lobster right here. It's already seasoned as well. I'm just gonna add it into the pot with the onion, the garlic, and the shallots, just so you can get some of that flavor in there. So I'm adding the shrimp now. I'm gonna add in the lobster, and I'm just gonna give it a quick stir real quick so you can get that little seasoning all mixed up together. Very nice. So this is how you want it to be. Like, the shrimp is already cooked. It don't need a lot of cooking. So I'm gonna just let this go for maybe not even a minute, and I'll take it off. I'm gonna let it cool for like, yeah, like a minute. I'll say a minute. So for a minute, it's ready. I'm gonna take this off the heat and put it aside, and then I'll show you the next step on how to make your sauce. So this is the shrimp and the lobster. It's already cooked. It's in here with the onions, the garlic, the shallots and everything, and it's well seasoned, and it's just ready now to be added to the pasta. So I'm gonna take it off the heat and set it aside and let it cool down. Okay, so now that we have removed our shrimp and lobster from the pot, and you can also go ahead and just leave the remaining shallots and garlic and onions in the pot. You don't have to take everything out. The main thing we wanted out was the shrimp and the lobster. So the next thing I'm gonna add to the pot is this, the whipping cream. So the heavy cream, I'm gonna add the cream to the pot and make the sauce. So this is gonna be a very easy sauce to make. It's not hard to make at all. So I'm just gonna add it into the pot right now, and while I'm adding this, I'm gonna make sure my pasta down there is getting cool. So right now I'm just gonna turn the heat up a little bit and just let it kind of boil for a little bit, and then I'll add in the rest of the stuff. So again guys, you want to cook this on a very low heat. This is the cream. It's just gonna keep boiling until it can start to thicken up, but you don't want to cook this on a high heat, because if you do, it's gonna overflow. It's gonna be a lot of mess everywhere. But I'm gonna just keep stirring it until it gets to the right consistency, and I'll show you the next step. So guys, the sauce has been cooking now for about, I would say, at least 10 minutes. I have let it just simmer down. So this is how you want it to be looking. So the next thing I'm gonna add now to this sauce, you can see it's already getting the consistency that I want, which is getting thicker. I'm gonna add in my seasoned shrimp and the lobster. So after I add that, the next thing is going to be adding in the pasta. So this is the shrimp and the lobster from earlier that I took out from the pot to let the cream boil. So I'm going to add this back into the cream so it can incorporate with the sauce. So it's just right where I want it to be. So like I was saying earlier, it have been boiling down now for about 10 minutes. So it got the right consistency. I'm just gonna add in the lobster and the shrimp, and then the next thing will be adding in my pasta. So I'm gonna give it a stir. There we go. It's just gonna get mixed up with the sauce, and I'm gonna just let you guys see the rest of the sauce being added to the pasta. So guys, the next step is I'm gonna add in my pasta to the pasta sauce.